Bemutatom Kulcsárvajda Enikőt, she is Enikő Kulcsárvajda, és ő az, aki a beszélgetéseket megkértem, hogy vezesse minden előadás után, so she is responsible for this discussion after every performance.
So, you picked the performance and you chose the performances, and in your case, when choosing something from your repertoire, it must be hard. So why did you pick especially this one?
On one hand, because I am not on the stage, and I am interested in the latest years, how I can work with other people, artists, and how I can ask them to do. It's a little bit the same what you, Malgosia, talked about. If it's at all possible to not to replace yourself, but to ask from somebody the same energy, the same quality what me personally I already know from my body, about my body. And it's a process in which now I am traveling. And I start with Zsolt because in the latest years we have been working together. I try to use live music or composed music for the pieces if we manage to make performances like this. And it was important for me because I'm not a musician. I don't have the vocabulary how to speak with the musician, so it's much easier that now we know each other and also we are working together. We have been working together since, I don't know, like the last 10 years.
On and off.
Yeah. And I invited Celine and Bori, and this invitation was also a kind of special one because both of them already performed at L1danceFest last year and the year before. Celine was with the Pancake project here two years ago, and Bori, is it right?
Yeah, 2009.
Yes, and Bori last year, and that time they were performing their own creations, and somehow I wanted to try them out on stage together.
You said that you look for something that they have a similar energy or similar connection with the body that you have. So what do you think is what do you think is similar in them? They are quite different.
Yes. Actually, I invited them first because I thought both of them, through their own works, they are communicated about the body, and I do the same in my performances. But these three are already different. So Bori does it on a different way than Celine, and I think I also work on a different way with the body, but I felt that every of us are interested about the movement and about the pure body structure. Mm-hmm. And well, it was a tryout for. We have never worked in such a what's this?
Constellation.
Yes. So this was the first time for us. Mm-hmm. And both of them, I had the chance to lead workshops, and they were participating. So I knew from them from this side.
Mm-hmm. But in this performance, it's not very often in your pieces that you use very clear humor and jokes.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
No, I mean it's a rare thing in your case.
Yes.
Yeah, so why?
It was not a decision, and maybe it's also not important to know that this piece was my very last premiere of a series which I made in the last 3 years, and this was the 9th premiere during the 3 years, and it was about that I invited people, small group, or so I created solo, duo or trio, and we just had 1 month to work because I wanted to try out what happens as me as a creator, I have to react immediately what happened during the rehearsals, and I had to make decisions also immediately, and I was interested about not a long process but very short, intense processes.
Here, as usual, I would like to encourage you to ask if you have any questions or if you've got any comments about what we talk, so feel free to just even raise your hand or just ask. Okay. So there was something I noticed in the piece. You said you always work with the body, and there's your first solo that is quite well known, is dealing with the breast, and Bori did something, a part of that solo. Why?
This was not what she made was not part of the solo, but
very
it was
similar or something.
yes, but she did it by herself. So we didn't.
Did you see this? That solo?
I
two.
think I did. I think so. Yeah.
No, one was the upside down with the.
Oh, and there
orange
was
shoes.
also that standing.
Yes.
I've got
Well,
such an
that
eye.
one I asked one to make, but this shaking stuff, it just happened on a rehearsal that she used this element, and somehow, for sure, I was interested about this because many years ago I made this solo. Yeah, it was nice. So I asked her to put it in the piece.
How much you know Marte before? I mean, because she said that she saw you, both of you, on the Solo Festival, but
No, not at all.
no,
No, I wasn't. We met in Zagreb in a workshop. She was
But
leading a
you
workshop.
were in the Solo, no?
No.
During
No,
the
it's pancake.
L1.
No, the
Yeah.
pancakes.
Oh, it was in the
L1
L. Sorry,
festival.
sorry.
No. But before we met in Zagreb in a workshop.
Uh-huh.
When we called.
So you know her from there,
Yeah.
and so you were
I did several workshops with her.
with
before.
her. Uh-huh. So you knew her as a dancer, but not the pieces, or what was the connection before?
I was thinking she was an improviser. Because we had a workshop which was still like experimental stuff and improvisation. So I had this. But it was very nice personal connection, like human connection, and something speaking from material, and like I don't know, some it's just like this. It's like, and then she invited me. It was super nice, and we got to know each other a bit more. And then yeah, that's also a question of trust, no?
Yeah, no, it just because she had an idea of you on stage, both of you. But what did you know before you started working? Bori?
Well, I did workshops with her as I started to study dance, and it was so difficult. And I just always wanted to go back because I always it was always something new for me. And then I moved to Berlin, and then I got a lot of new input there. It was something completely different what I learned here, and it was just very nice for me to first come back to show my solo here, and then also to, after all this new kind of things that I learned there, to come back to something what I learned before, and then also to have a new kind of work.
And now you came back to Hungary, especially for this rehearsing period.
Yes.
What Marte said. Okay. Job, tell something about the music. I had the idea that it's very intentionally, very primitively simple. I think it was pretty clear. So why did you go to that direction?
Because, it has maybe several reasons, but the one important reason is that I have to play on my own, and I cannot do more complex things on my own. So, and so I had to try things that I had to make things that I could do. Yeah, that's it. And besides that, I like primitive stuff. So I'm actually quite much into it. I mean, in the primitive, like simple things that sound sometimes trashy or whatever. But I like the aesthetics of this. To be not perfect, to be whatever.
And how do you like the idea that you are also a kind of actor on stage, because you wear this sexy stuff on you and you had your special solo?
Yeah, I had to do it, so I did. But I was not asking for it. It's okay. Yes, it was. Because I have. Maybe it doesn't seem like that, but I have a lot of stuff to do. I have like 5 or 6 machines, and I have to always adjust everything. And these things that Marty asked me, fitted.
But
into
so
what I
you
could
don't
do.
mind, because some musicians they don't like, they just look down, they play, so you don't mind being also an actor in this case?
No, actually not. I mean, so why not do it?
Sorry.
To be honest, to be like in this regular musician position that musicians usually are, I don't really think that. It's for me a bit. C, no, G. Shit.
May I say something? Besides many musicians, there are very good performers also. I mean, that's a side effect of it, but just go to a rock concert.
But what I wanted to add to this, that this is not the first time that he is on the stage, and especially, actually, I had a longer process with more people right after each other, like half year long working with 12 or even 14 people together. I mean actors, dancers and musicians. And in that period, which was quite an intensive period, I always tried to mix the roles of actors, dancers and musicians. And in this, and they had to take my hard Horton technique based classes as well, also the musicians. And I felt that somehow Zsolt and that time also Adam, they were really into the works. Adam is a viola player originally, Zsolt is a saxophone player originally. And from that period came our trio performance, which was, I would say, the most brave step into the stage. So, but I felt that there is no problem if I ask something to do. Sometimes it is hard because Zsolt is not by professional an actor, but I like this human hesitation on the stage as well.
Yeah, and I just want to add something more. Did you think that things turn that way, that I like to work with dance, with movement, with people who move, whatever. And if the price is that I have to wear a funny costume and act a little bit, and I pay because I like the situation.
You said it was you did a series for 3 years. This L1dan. This is the end now, or it's just the last one, the latest one?
Actually, this was the 9th premiere, and the 10th is the kind of photo installation now at Gödör. This is the summary kind of this, and I have other plans now. Now I feel that, on one hand, because of this hard cultural politics situation, I thought that maybe I should wait a little bit and to see what happens, how, and if at all my energy is needed here or not, or I should go back to be a typist, which I used to be 5 years long. which I'm quite good in, so I still can change. So I didn't really want to plan any this kind of work. I enjoyed it a lot, and I have learned a lot from this. Sometimes it was super hard in such a short time to be productive, and sometimes it was much easier. Sometimes it was hard with new people to work. Sometimes also the older ones made it a bit hard, but there were lots of nice periods.
Any questions or comments?
I have a question. In the beginning you said that you were using one song or a video. You were looking at some videos on YouTube. And what is this song?
Baccara, Yes Sir I Can Boogie. The original song is Yes Sir I Can Boogie, and we use it in the title Yes Sir I Can't Boogie.
But you could hear it at the beginning.
At the very beginning, this destroyed way. But we didn't want to use the original song to dance on it. And I asked Zsolt to somehow use some elements from the original music, and that's how
to make cover versions.
Yes.
So there were 2 cover versions.
Yes.
I
So
hope
this-
you noticed.
Sorry, so this song was like really your starting point for the piece. You chose to get inspired by this song. And
Yeah, I just watched the video. There are 2 female, they are Spanish? Spanish girls. And they had a career, but almost just with this one song. And somehow I was interested to have 2 girls on the stage and to somehow move a little bit out from this shiny position and to find possible ways to meet. But I didn't want to describe the original ladies or to copy them or what. Although this movement was in the boogie YouTube version, no? We watched it and we tried not to copy, but to somehow have the feeling. But it was just, I don't know the English word, catalysator.
Same.
Catalysator. Catalysator is the same. Just to use as a chance to. But in this case, I was really interested about their personalities. So that's why we used it at the beginning, improvisational sections. And nowadays, because earlier I worked like I made the choreography on my body, and I taught the choreography to the dancer, and lots of time I felt that I ask so much from the dancer because we are not the same bodies, so for sure it will be not the same. And after a while I didn't want to force the dancer or actor or musician to move like me. So I started to work with improvisation and to watch materials and to pick them out and then ask again and reconstruction everything. Reconstruction?
Construct everything.
Mm-hmm. So I'm in this process now, but I just make it because I'm interested in this way of work with the human body.
You wanted to ask something else?
I wanted to ask if how you work on the music. You say him what to do and what you want and how you want it, or if you also are present on the rehearsal while the girls are looking for material. How is this?
If you take this piece, the music was created almost entirely in the rehearsal space with the girls through improvisations. And we recorded, of course, everything, camera, and then I had to listen back and and build up structures again that I used, because she wants the dancers to recreate the movements, and I have to do the same with the music, so I have to recreate. But the music is not entirely of, or consisting not entirely of my ideas, because Mati, she always have things to add. Now here you should like play this and try this part differently. So even though she's not a musician, she's got a very good sense for the whole thing. And yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, because there is one more layer which actually interests me still, that we were discussing the body, the physical level, and music, but then there is also a very strong presence of language level, which is not necessarily for communication, or communication is also treated strange or opposite way, that you use several languages. I don't know if there is someone here in the audience who understood all languages which were used, both all English, German, French, and on the other way there is also non-verbal communication used, which is maybe even which is used maybe more in the communicative way than language. That I had the feeling that sometimes language, like when Celine is telling this monologue in French, maybe it's much more for the sound and not the meaning, and when it's like this totally unarticulated communication, and I'm so curious what you are saying. Then it's much more like, yeah, also communicating. Or how were you working with these language communication?
It was in the past. I like if because in my head it's like if I am dancing and if I spend time in the studio with others, I like to feel the feeling that we have our own word there and everything is possible. And I like to feel the same from the other side as well. And this also means that we can work not just with the body but also with anything what we can do. So making sounds or speak is also a part of this. I like if the people around me are using this possibility, and especially if they are not afraid of using their sounds. But actually, especially with this French text, we discussed some days ago that it's true that it's for me, I don't speak French.
And you know what she's saying?
Well, we have some ideas, but as far as I remember, some days ago, I told to Celine I would like to listen to her voice, that she is speaking ongoing, and of course we had a theme, this pirouette stuff, and actually this also came from an improvisation, how she originally described Boris' pirouette in the kitchen. And yeah, I gave her the possibility to do whatever with this, but musically it was important to have a text which connect somehow to the music, which build in the music, like it would be also an instrument. And yeah, I don't know exactly what she talked about there.
Talk about the pirouette of Boris in the kitchen, and that she will do another one. It's very uninteresting.
Yeah, but sorry, just one more comment. Do you have in mind, when you decide, or at the beginning, when Zsolt has this quite long speech in German, do do you also have in mind the public, that that someone gets another layer and someone will not, or it's important or it's less important, or
I was not afraid of this fact that maybe somebody will not understand German. Luckily, I speak some German and also English, just French is missing. Well, the situation is funny, and I thought it's also enough like this. If you don't understand the text, it's yes, there is some humor in the text, right? No,
Yeah, Istanbul.
Istanbul also,
Wow.
but no, but like,
yeah, but still I
If
guess
you
it's on
understand.
purpose that you decided that Zsolt has it in German and not in English, let's say, right? That it's
I
important.
thought it's surprising
Small
as
town.
he is entering the stage and he starts to speak in this Austrian style of German because he does this, and it's not a long scene, so maybe people who doesn't speak German can survive this short something, and if anybody speaks, then they have more chance to.
But as I remember, it was just like an idea. And, and I want you to speak in the beginning, and you should do it in German. So it was like, okay. No? It was
Yes.
like that. No?
Yes, I cannot remember
You can.
exactly.
Okay, no problem.
But it was something was interesting for me. And I have to tell you that I am not the person who create the pieces with the brain. I am more. I like to say I'm vomiting, because I just follow my inner something, and I knew, of course, that he speaks German, this Austrian style especially, and I just wanted to try out. And of course, because Celine lives partly in Paris, but lots of time in Berlin. Boris lives in Berlin. It came somehow immediately that we can use these languages. So it was not a decision that I would like to use speech. I think it was more like playing with the sounds, how they are created. Of course, the meaning is kind of important with this "where is love," which comes back in Celine's speech. This right. So these speeches are fixed, and this beginning as well. But I like that it's so grotesque in a way. How he enters and just tells about the dream and makes some movement.
Any other questions?
Chinese would be even more surprising.
Yes. Maybe next time.
Okay, well, thank you very much then. See you all.